Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. You know, the flooding has been really bad this year. It's probably been one of the worst I've ever seen. And, we always look at America because this is where we live. But the flooding actually have been bad in many locations around the earth. And, especially when you listen to the people that live in these areas, they'll even tell you the rain and the flooding is the worst they have ever seen in their life. And that is true. That is true. And I just can't even imagine what 2026 is going to look like. So the UK was hit with a storm that they named Claudia, and Wales was one area, and there were other areas that got put underwater. And just like you see here, people lost everything. They lost everything. So if you haven't heard about Claudia, it's been raining, dumping a lot of rain on the UK over the last few days. So we're going to take a look at what's going on over there. So this is very recent. Let me share my screen. See if we can. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you. All right.
This is why just defending against floods won't save us.
Storm Claudia has scared the shit out of me. I don't think I can ever drive in those conditions ever again. Driving on the A38 on those back country roads is fucking something else in these conditions. Let me tell you, like I have literally had, I think I should have died 5 times over. I don't know how I got home. Like I really, really don't know how I got home. That was scary. Let me tell you, I'm a very, very confident driver, day or night. Like, I know I'm a good driver. I've been driving a very long time. Like, I'm very, very confident. But this was the first ever time that I have driven in conditions like these where I did not feel safe at all. I did not feel in control. And I've driven in stormy conditions, but that was fucking wild. Absolutely wild. You need to have been there to like to understand it more. I had the tightest grip going on the steering wheel. Like my car was going to fucking take off. Like it was literally gonna just go off course. The wind was shaking the car. The window wipers were going like as fast as they could, but it wasn't clearing the rain. The surface water on all of these, like surface water the whole way home. I was like, fuck, I've got an hour and a bit journey. This is not looking good. I then pulled over in a lay-by because I was so scared. I was like, fucking hell, this is bad. The oncoming traffic, like the odd bits of traffic coming, their lights too bright, can't see a thing. Surface water, can't see a thing. I'm going through the water, it's sliding the car all over the place. I'm like, shit, like this is really bad. the wind's just really giving it some, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is just not good. Like I just want to get home. I want to go to my bed. I just can't. And then the next thing, we're paying road tax. Where the fuck is the cat's eyes? Like they've all of a sudden disappeared out of the middle of the road. Like nothing's reflecting anymore. So everything is pitch black. You can't see shit. There is no street lights. There's no cat's eyes on the roads for a majority of the journey. You've got rain. You've got wind. You've got surface water. You've got fucking lights blinding the shit out of you, for them reflecting through all your mirrors. Like I don't know how I'm here. I really don't understand how I am here. It was very intense. I felt like I was not in control and I was having some weird like death experience type. I don't know. Like, and then the weird thing was I literally got home and I had to take a minute in the car when I sat, and I thought, fuck, like this was actually really bad. I could have died this evening. Like I actually could have died. And then I get to the house and I don't know why, but the first thing I reach for is the jar of peanut butter because I'm shaking that much. I don't know if it's the adrenaline, don't know if that's kicked in or I was just scared. But I'm reaching for the jar of peanut butter and I'm taking spoons and spoons and spoons. For like, oh God, I can't believe what's happened. So yeah, that was my evening, guys. Absolutely wild.
Giờ đây vợ chồng ông cùng 2 con. Tuy nhiên trong ngày xảy ra sạt lở, ông Hồ Văn ngay sau khi tiếp nhận thông tin về vụ sạt
But these are the weather warnings for us. It still spills a band of rain across the UK, and that brings with it heavy warnings. So warnings for heavy rain across much of England and Wales, and then the amber warnings kick in from midday for the Midlands and the southeast of Wales. So let me show you the sequence of what is set to happen. So this area of low pressure that is named Storm Claudia, bringing these very wet and windy conditions for Spain and Portugal, but it spills up this band of rain across our shores, moving its way northwards. So thoroughly wet, thoroughly windy all day long. But then a change comes as we head through the weekend. A cold front moves in, cold air floods across the country, and then into the weekend, into next week, a big transition to colder, and that is when we see the risk of snow.
This is Monmouth, Lower High Street, where our flood defences are breached. This is it. This is what extreme weather looks like. Homes, businesses.
Jonathan, where we can see all the debris next to you. How on earth are businesses and residents reacting to it all?
Ranveer, what should be inside people's homes is now outside on the streets, as you can see. That's because water was waist deep in people's homes over the weekend. And this is people's lives now in ruins. Look, they've got the sofas outside, we've got the furniture, we've got fridges here, we've got dishwashers here as well. And many people had to be evacuated from their homes over the weekend. A major incident was declared. The water came up, as I say, about this high. You can see the silt there inside the car. That's probably never going to be used again. And if we look at the drone footage, you can see just how much Monmouth was actually swamped by all this flood water over the weekend. They had a month's worth of rainfall in just one day. It's had a huge impact on people's lives and businesses. We've got Andrea here from Bar 125. Andrea, you've just reopened, haven't you? Looking forward to the Christmas trade, and then all of this happened and your pub is in a similar state.
Yeah, we've been open for 8 days, had a great night, entertaining the cricketers, still there at 12:30, fortunately, and then water just started flooding in the back door, managed to lift as much as we could, but then it all started coming in the front door, and before we knew it, it was up to waist height.
You're concerned about your employees now as well, out of their jobs.
We've got nearly 20 people that have given up jobs to come and work for us. We've built up no reserve, only being open for 8 days, so we just got to put a plan of action in today for them.
Okay, good luck to you. Thanks for talking to us this morning. And we've got Matt here from the fire service. A lot of people will say that you were all caught out by this, were you?
Again, this was an unprecedented event that we didn't really expect. However, as a service, we've brought lots of vehicles and assets into the area in preparation for flooding. And we've been dealing with several incidents that night. But where the actual flooding occurred, none of us expected that to behave the way it did.
It was quite unprecedented, wasn't it, here?
It was very challenging. And again, then, it was our point then of rescuing people from their properties and trying to secure businesses as well, such as Bar 125.
Well, Matt, I should just say, a lot of people I've spoken to here were full of praise, actually, Ranveer as well, for the emergency services, for all the agencies that were on the ground here. Extreme weather has an extreme impact, doesn't it, on people's lives?
Flash floods. We're just not prepared for them. Flood professionals can be breached.
A local man captured unnerving footage of businesses in Wales being flooded as a major incident was declared.
There's a guy trapped in here at the moment. I hope he makes it to safety.
The fast-moving waters came to the town of Monmouth as Storm Claudia hit the UK on November 14th, submerging vehicles and prompting boat rescues and evacuations. Flooding occurred in several communities across South Wales, with nearly 120 millimeters of rain falling in 12 hours in Gwent County. Floodwaters had significantly dropped by late morning Saturday as a sharp change in temperatures loomed. The UK Health Security Agency issued a cold weather warning for much of the region, with the thermometer forecast to dip to -7 in the days following the floods. Such a temperature flip brings the possibility of turning any lingering floodwater into ice.
So these flash floods, we're just not prepared for them.
Monmouth has flood defenses in place, such as embankments and flood walls along the rivers. But Storm Claudia breached those defenses, which were rated for a 1 in 100-year event. Locals said this was the worst flooding they had ever seen in the town.
Oh, he's floating. He's floating. Oh, good God.
Y'all, they got their big flood over there. It just seems like, it is just something everywhere, and it was more places than just this. I was looking at flooding that was in Ireland as well. It wasn't just here in the UK. It wasn't just there. It was in Ireland. Ireland, parts of Ireland was underwater. So, oh yeah, judgment is real and it's everywhere. It really is. And you can tell, even every day don't feel the same. You can tell everything has changed. It's like it's devolving. It's not change in a good way, but it's almost like everything is just going backwards and not forward. And that's why you got so many people saying things like there is no future. There is no future because that's how the entire environment feels, you know? And it's almost you can tell the Most High is getting everybody prepared for a major change that's going to occur. We know it's coming. We know as his children that things, these things are coming. But these Gentiles, many of them don't know, but they certainly do know things are not good in their lives anymore. They were living high on the hog for a long time, but now even they know things are not getting better for them. It's getting worse. I never thought I would see the day where I would see so many videos, especially of them folks saying they can't make it out here when they have gotten all the advantages all the way up into this very day. And to hear them say they can't make it out here, or they don't have any money, or their job let them go and they can't find another job. It used to be unheard of for one of them to say they can't find work. Now, some of them have been looking for work for 2, 3 years and they can't get one single call back. So, yeah, it has changed dramatically. And we see the weather. The weather is definitely not the same even around me. I mean, it's not flooding, but the weather pattern is very different from even when I was a child, you know? Now, and I was telling my son this the other day, it just seems like when we get wind, the wind will go on all week. Sometimes it'll go on this week and next week. When I was a child, we would have a windy day here, maybe 2 in a row, and after that, it would diminish and everything would go back to normal. I did not experience a whole week of high wind, but we have that now. I have never experienced that before until now. And now, and also when it rains, people get so much rain. You saw New York City, I showed you that about a week ago. They said that happened in a half hour. That flooding happened in a half hour in New York City. And it put the city underwater and it happened in a half. That is like insane for that amount of rain to come down. But that's what's happening now. Yeah. So y'all stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Yeah, the rain is fast and it's hard and it's like buckets are coming down, I mean, even in my state, this state is normally not flooding like that, but this year it got hit with floods I have never seen before. Never. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And they already told us, I think we're going to get hit with our first polar vortex, y'all. It's coming, I think, in about the beginning of December. They're warning us already that we're about to get our first polar vortex, which means we're going to be going in the deep, deep freeze. And those suckers will go on for a good week. So I don't know if it's coming to us. It could be, but I know they said the first one is coming by the beginning of December. Thank you, Yas Flame. Queen Lisa, thank you for all you do, and I pray for your healing of your arm. Well, thank you so much. I know that's you, Onika. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And thank you for your support for my channel. Mhm. Yeah. So, y'all, as long as we stick with our Heavenly Father, we should be safe through no matter what happens. It snowed in Gwinnett? Wow. Wow, you're more south than I am. It didn't snow here at all. We got some rain, but no snow. Mhm. Wow. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I deeply appreciate it. Looked like a lot of things that were down earlier this morning seems to be back up. And the culprit, y'all, cloud flare. Remember the last time they took almost the entire World Wide Web down by putting a patch on, I think, and they didn't test it first, and they darn near took half the earth out. And this time around, it was them too. So, but look like most services are restored now. So if you were having problems earlier, you shouldn't be having them now. So y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I won't be coming back, not unless some big news story drops. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Shalom, family.